Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Friday edition of the AI We Care team, where we care, and our tagline is
We care about how you market your business.
we're getting way too commercial here.
Yeah, we are. And it's July the 8th, folks, 2022, just for the recording.
Yep, and as everybody knows, we do record these weekly, so if you are not with us, we're sorry you missed, but you can. I hope you're able to see the recording, which will be posted either later today or first thing Saturday morning on the AI We Care team resource page at aiwecareteam.now.site, or also be up on our YouTube channel, which is the We Care Team YouTube channel up there, and you can view it in either place up there. So look for that, and we'll get that out to you. Okay.
And please go and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Several of you already
That's
have.
okay. Please go subscribe. We like those.
Yeah, Johnny, thank you for subscribing. We appreciate it. I saw you subscribe the other day. Thank you, sir. Okay, so we're going to get started this morning with a couple of things. I'm going to let Mary drive here for a few minutes and go over some announcements and some changes to the platform. Mary?
Yep. Almost ready for that. So yes. 2 seconds. Now I can share. Okay. Whoops, I'm on the wrong page. Let's go back to the home. Okay. What do I do with the announcements?
There you go.
Okay. No, that's still not the announcements I wanted. That was June's. Okay. Well, I'm going to go off the cuff. All right. For the next 3 days, you can receive $50 from Nowsite for signing up somebody through SalesFlow. Now, what they're going to need to do is it's $49.50 for SalesFlow. It's $37.50 for unlimited leads. They have to buy both of those plans, and you will receive that in PayPal. So when I say sign up for SalesFlow, that gives you everything that we used to know as marketing. Okay. That gives you listability. That does give you 2 landing pages, one of which can be a digital business card. But back to you is the $50 for the next 3 days. And then it drops to $30 extra cash by the 15th. Okay. So the 12th through the 15th, it's $30. So anybody who wants to make some extra cash today, you can send people to nowsite.live and they can have a live demo. You send them with your name or your affiliate code, and they will sign them up underneath you. By putting the leads in the promo code, that's what trips your bonus. Now, you'll still get paid commission on the 15th of August for work you did in July. You do not need to have 3 affiliates to get paid in August if you're brand new or you've never added somebody to your team. Okay. But after August, you will need 3 active affiliates, which means they're paying at least $49.50 for SalesFlow. They will also be given the chance in their first 10 days to sign up for unlimited leads if they don't do so at the beginning. And then they will be asked if they would like the whole suite of marketing at $40, and that is a month. So you're looking at $120 for somebody to sign up with you for everything in the platform.
127, Mary.
Thank you. 127. Was trying to do that math in my head, and I should know better than that. Thank you.
The other thing, while we're on that, getting paid, why don't you take them to the resource page and show them where they need to put their 3 code words and watch the video.
Okay, was that not on the June page? That didn't make it to the page yet, Steve.
Didn't.
I rearranged the page last week, and you know what? That didn't make it back on.
Uh-oh.
It will be back on the page today.
Yeah, there's a link to the video, and then there's a link to the Google Documents that you have to put your 3 code words in. And you have about 6 days to do that.
Okay, this is what I'm telling y'all that I changed the face of the front page. Y'all probably just saw the top half if you went here this morning for the team call. Here is Steve's information and time to schedule with Steve. Here's time to schedule with me and how to get into my Zoom room. Okay, so I took all that stuff that was all the way down at the bottom of the page. You could never probably find it because most people don't scroll past the middle. Okay, so I put it all up here on the top and then put some more stuff down here. So if you still want an AI We Care team shirt in whatever color, let me know. Those are still available. For our directory, excuse me, there are still spaces in here for anybody who wants to put their information in here for other team members to come and resource. Okay. On our videos page, you can scroll through the different videos Steve and I have already done. And I know I'm going to go this really fast, but I'm going to slide all the way down to the bottom of the page almost. And here are our weekly team call recordings as soon as they start populating down here. Okay, so when we say it's on the team page, it's down towards the bottom of the page. And that was May 3, 5, still going, 6/17, 7/1. So here's last week's call. Okay. And then we put the corporate page here on marketing. That's going to come down because we're no longer talking about marketing first. June information, everything that happened in June, pictures of the team across the country if you sent them in to us or if you weren't in Houston. Okay, so the promos early June and the bonuses. Tip section has got a QR code generator. Several of y'all have asked me, where do I go to get a QR code? Can I customize it? Can I do something different? Here is my QR code for my digital business card. And here's where you can click to get into the QR code generator. This is a free site. You do have to log in with an email and a password if you want to put a picture inside the QR code, just like I showed mine here on the left. Okay. I've used it to set up several people's QR codes. It has not charged me 1 penny. Okay. Did I had it over here in July? No, I did not. Okay. So it will be on the page this afternoon.
Great, Mary. Super good. Super good. So to the platform this week, there was only really one change made. Let me go ahead and share. And go over here. Okay, so when you come into doing your targeting criteria now.
Oh, there's another change. You can search your sales flow contact.
And you know,
would you mind putting my earrings back in? Not at this very moment. Okay.
Okay, while this is going through, do you see on Steve's screen, it says start new sales flow, search for a contact. So this way you can go in and search for your contact that has just LinkedIn messaged you and you want to find him really quick, you can do it that way.
okay. So down here at the bottom down here, instead of what we used to have to do is what after you got a prospect, you had to go ahead and sign them to a list. You don't have to do that anymore. What you can do is if you're prospecting for a particular email campaign or a list or whatever you want, then you can assign that prospect automatically. And I'm on John's site right now. That's why you're seeing Holmes. but these are the different lists that we have for John set up. We can actually go ahead and we can assign and say we want to put this person, we're doing the for life insurance right now. So every prospect that I actually prospect will actually be automatically now assigned to John's life list for marketing to. So you don't have to go back in like we used to, which was like this. And after we got the contact, go up here and add them to a list. But now if you want to put that contact on multiple lists, you can do it from this point. It'll automatically default to the list you sent them to. But say John also wants to have that person on Ideal Benefit Solutions, and maybe also he wants them to be added to long-term care as well. So now they're on 3 lists. So he had them on the life list, which it automatically defaulted to, and then we added the other 2 lists, and it will start doing something at that point on those. I'm going to uncheck those right now because we haven't assigned them yet because we haven't got those campaigns ready yet, and do that. But we'll have that done hopefully this afternoon, right, John? Okay, so
Hey, Mary, would you repeat what you said about a change that
Sure.
but just before Steve spoke?
Sure. Can you go back to the sales flow?
go back.
Okay, scroll down the page a little bit.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back. Got a little quick there. There you go, Mary.
All right, search your sales flow, search a contact.
Ah, okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Right there. And then again, what we do here is when you get a prospect, and we'll go ahead and get a prospect for John. So now we have we're looking for John's looking for truckers. And so that's what we actually did it by a campaign the other day. So we can look at the view of the contacts. Here's the information. So I could have assigned them to a list, which I think is still there. No, I took it off. But we could assign it to whatever list we want to at that point in time. Now, we didn't get a lot of stuff on here, but we only got LinkedIn. So this is when we would actually go ahead and enhance the well, here we go. We're going to enhance the contact and see if we can get any more on them. Okay.
Steve, I noticed he had 1,038 enhancements in his.
Yeah, you get
Yes.
unlimited now. You get unlimited enhancements now.
That's great. So one for every contact, I
If you have
guess.
unlimited leads now, you get unlimited enhancements.
Wow.
And that's
Is there
really,
a way to automate that?
yeah. So I'm gonna have John come on here for a second. I'm gonna stop sharing. And John, you want to comment about what we did yesterday about just putting a business in?
Yeah, let me mute something. I'll be right back.
Okay. So what we did was we actually took a business name, no other information, put it in there as a search criteria as just a company. And we were able to pull up. I'll let John go from there as soon as he gets back.
There, now, sorry about that.
Yeah, so John, so I told him we put in a company. So tell what company we were looking for.
We were looking for a fencing company, and we went in there and we put in the name of the fencing company, and then brought up the information about the owner, who the owner was, how long they've been in business, number of employees, all the data we needed to develop a campaign.
Right there, just from the name of the business. That's all we had. So that, so this is where this is going to really come in helpful, because when they put on the LinkedIn stuff and you want to enhance, you're going to be able to reverse enhance any of your LinkedIn contacts to get more information on them the same way, either from their business or from other additional information that's out there on the internet. So that's why they've actually given us the unlimited enhancements, Richard, is so we can go back into our Google contacts, our Outlook contacts, any other lists that we have, we can feed them in there, create a new list, and we can go ahead and enhance them.
Yeah. You know, Steve, the thing that it was Catherine that pointed out to me, before you calling on these people, you want to develop a profile. You know, let's not waste our time if they're really not a prospect. For instance, you're calling on a small company, you find out that it's really, that company is a subsidiary of somebody in Miami, Florida, and you're not going to get in the door.
Right.
Why waste your time? Where you find out that the owner is local and who he is, and that he's got 10 employees, you know his background, you go in with
Mhm.
able to handle objections before they come up.
Well, the other day, yesterday, I was on, I think it was with, I can't remember who I was on, maybe it was Frank. And we were looking at candidates, and we pulled down a prospect, right? And we're looking for somebody from Kaizen for that financial instrument, which is a very narrow window that we're looking at, right? And the candidate was not, even though he pulled it up, he was not a good candidate for Kaizen, but he was one heck of a great candidate for annuities. So I would have taken him off the Kaizen list, moved that contact over to the annuities list, and then start marketing to him. That's why it's good. And I agree with Catherine. When you go through and you pull up all the information, don't read it. Analyze it. Look at what that data is telling you and their interest and their skills and what they do for a living, what their age is, where they're at, what their position is, because you may have gotten that prospect looking for something that they don't fit, but they may fit for another product or service that you sell. So really look at that data and analyze it when you go through with these. Just don't willy-nilly say, okay, that person's not good for Kaizen, so I'm just going to archive them, kick them, or delete them or something. No, take a look at that data and say, you know, this guy's really a good annuity prospect, especially insurance, or he would have been a good life insurance prospect because he was the right age group. And he could have, you know, and this is the way I want. And then formulate how you want to approach that customer, potential customer, and what campaign and how you want to do it. And how you want to open the door. Do you use LinkedIn? Do you use Messenger? Do you use email? You know, and what message do you want to send? One of the things I do encourage people, because I'm doing it now, is I love that the pre-made messages that Nowsite does, but I've gone in with several of them and I've customized them just for me. So it's me. And I'm using my library now, my message library, when I'm messaging people, and I'm finding I'm getting higher return rates doing that.
You know, Steve, being able to search a company and get that kind of information is terrific, because formerly you'd have to go to D&B and pay for it.
Exactly.
So it's wonderful that we can do that.
You know, and the other thing too is, like, if you're in, say you've got a product that the only person who can make that buy is a CEO, you can actually search in a city for anybody who has a CEO title. And you can do it by industry. So you can, if you've got, you know, you may only get maybe 45 or 50 people in that area that you defined, but they're going to be great contacts because they're going to be the CEO, they're going to be the decision maker. They can sign the check, and they're in the industry that business to business wise that you want to do business with. So, you know, think about when you're running through sales flow strategically, how you're doing it and why you're doing it. And then once you have them, how are you going to proceed and, you know, and see how you can close business with this organization or that person, whether it's
Hey, Steve.
B2B or B2B.
Hey, Steve, one of the things that I really like also, and John and I were talking about this the other day. So there's a lot of personal information on there. Like you can see what kind of neighborhood they live in,
Yep.
how many houses are in that neighborhood, what the average mortgage payments are, like crazy information. So if you're in sales, any kind of sales, which we're all on this call, we are, right? You can see, like, if obviously if they're living in a $150,000 home, they may not be able to afford your product. But if they're living in a $350,000 or $450,000 home or an elite neighborhood, yes, they have money. And so there's the other thing, like you can really drill down and get so much information from there.
Yeah,
And-
you can even see on some of the leads that you could, to your point, Catherine, you can actually see how much debt they have.
Exactly. And all of the
Wow.
things that their interests, right? And then you can, so like John and I were talking, like, so I said, pull the businesses up, right? Find out who's in there, what's their titles, right? And so you can have all of that information in there and then connect right to the employees. Who's the decision makers? How do they make decisions, right? Run a personality profile on them. How do you present to them and customize your presentation to how they make decisions? Like we can so, I mean, we almost have an unfair advantage in
Yeah.
the fact that we can present this to the way that they make decisions.
Mary makes a good recommendation on
Great.
this. And I
Great
told,
for divorce attorneys, Steve.
yeah. So Mary and I agree on this, is that when you shouldn't use the personality enhancement tool until that you've started a conversation with them. They responded to you. You're going to book an appointment. That's when you want to pull that personality profile.
Yes.
And then you want to look at it and then look at the sales tactics assigned to them based on their personality, so you can get your presentation ready to work with them.
So you can find the company, you can get the information on the company, you can get the information on the owner, the decision maker, start a conversation, pull their personality profile, and then present to them in the way that they make decisions.
Absolutely.
And remember that personality disc assessment takes overnight to get back into your file. So book it for 2 days out, so you have some time to process what's on that page.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, it just, as I always say with this thing, I get frustrated with Nowsite sometimes, but God dang it, it keeps on getting better.
And the other thing is, remember, those names are only going to go to 10 different Nowsite people in a calendar year. If you delete it, that's one of the 10. Okay. So just because you've got that contact, you may put them in a ghost list. You may put them in another list that, hey, maybe someday I want to revisit that contact. Do that. Set up a separate website page that says just ghost list or my bucket list, whatever you want to call that page, so it creates that list. Okay.
Right.
So in order to do that, you need to have the marketing suite, because if you're only getting sales flow and you get unlimited leads, you're only getting 2 landing pages, which means you can only create 2 lists. Okay. So that's where the marketing suite opens up to unlimited landing pages and unlimited list availability. Okay. Any questions on sales flow, unlimited leads, or marketing? I know it's a little early, but Steve and I have something we really want to share with y'all and see if it's available, if you want to do it. So any questions?
Yep. So Mary, go ahead and take it away.
Okay. How many people on this call have a physical, tangible product that you sell? If this is going to be a no, I'm going to really bomb this day. Okay, Hendrix has one. All right, several of y'all have made mention to us that Nowsite does not have a shopping cart. We as a team have partnered up with somebody who will do a digital page, mirrored the Nowsite page, for your products and service to add sales tax, to add shipping, and so that you can get paid by numerous ways of merchants, Stripe, PayPal, authorized,
Square.
First Data,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm not going to read the whole list.
Yeah.
The whole list is right here. Okay. It's in fine print. So we have that partnership already established. For those of you who have a tangible product that you have finally decided, I need something to be online, come see us, talk to us. We want to run this pilot program and see how many people are going to take advantage of partnering up with this.
Yeah, this would be good for anybody who is running an Etsy
Etsy,
type business,
ETSY, Etsy. Uh-huh.
Etsy bit type business, or a small brick and mortar shop that has things like a vitamin shop or a CBD oil shop, or if you've got like maybe a hobby shop or something like that that you want to put up there that you sell on a regular basis. So, for example, if you're like a health food store and you wanted to have an e-commerce site to just retail your vitamins out on, then you could put it here and they could do ordering and it will do ordering and everything else. All you'd have to do is handle the shipping side of it. But it would handle all the payment, get the information, have a complete shopping cart, just like if you were checking out Amazon. It's exactly the same. And doing that. So if you know anybody out there, it's another sales aid for you, because if somebody says, well, I wish Nowsite had e-commerce, and our answer on that has always been, well, you can go to Shopify, you can go to WooCommerce, you can go, and we can put the attachments on there to go to that. But if you've ever set up a Shopify account or a WooCommerce account, it's really expensive. And even for a small site, it can literally cost you maybe close to $1,000 to set it up and get things through Shopify. So this is an alternative that's going to be less expensive. The price points are going to be pretty dang good. And what we'll do is we'll put a resource page up on the AI We Care team page. There will be a page on there for e-commerce solutions. And as soon as we've got that, that'll go up there. The other thing we wanted to announce today is, I know some of you have spoken to me and know this, but I went ahead and took the dive in and I bought some license to some software for generating lists, because a lot of us need some primer lists to get started. So I found this incredible company. They do a great job of getting wonderful lists. The
Verifiable.
that's the other thing, is there's no bounce rate on these things. It's great. They're all current. They're all verified. But we can actually give you a starter list. And the nice thing is, we get you a starter list of 1,000 names for $50. So that's an option as well. We'll be putting a page up on rates for that and what you can do. And I have found some phenomenal stuff. I got challenged on a couple of things. I was able to find the other day 24,599 people who are certificate of deposit holders in Houston. I also ordered a list this morning on the system, and it came up with me, and it's still running right now. It takes about 2 hours to run. But I asked for out of work individuals, people seeking jobs in the Houston market. And it's still running. Last time I looked at it, there were 11,000 people looking for jobs that had listed already. And it'll give me their name, their first name, their last name, their email address, their physical address, and their phone number. So, if any of you bought leads before, you know how much leads cost, and especially email lists. We're going to offer this service only to the people who are in our downlines, because it's a way to help you guys get your businesses started and get your business primed with a list while you're working on sales flow to build up your data systems, your data lists, and doing that things. So look for that. Probably I'll have that done over the weekend, and it'll be up on the resource page, and it'll have an order form. It can tell me, and you can order as little as 1,000 names. It'll be like 1,000, 2,500, 5,000, 10,000. You can order, and of course, the more you order, the cheaper it gets. And it's already inexpensive. So, but again, this is another way we can help you guys get your businesses started and doing things like that. So I've got one, Richard, I actually ordered one for Baz the other day, and we've got a complete list of corporate event planners and event planners for the state of Colorado. And you know why that works for him, so I won't discuss that. But so pretty much anything, we can try and see if we can find it for you in doing that. I mean, the original tack I took on the one list was unemployed people. I couldn't find any, it wouldn't give me anybody who was unemployed, but it could give me people who are looking for jobs, which is kind of interesting. Because in the case of the client that wants that, if they're looking for a job, that means they're either going to leave a job or they've left a job.
Or the job left them.
Or the job left them, which means if they had a 401k plan, they're going to have to move it or have to roll it over. And that's what they're looking for a campaign on that. So that's why I said, think through strategically when you're thinking through on stuff like this, on doing things. So those are the two things that we're excited to announce to you this morning. One, to be able to get starter primer lists inexpensively so you can start drip email campaigns and start building up a database. But oh, by the way, when you get that list, you get it in a CSV file and you own it. No rentals or nothing. It's your data after that. And you can do that. And then Mary is, did a great job working with our new colleague, Scott, on getting this e-commerce platform together. And so they'll have e-commerce availability now, which was another missing part of this. So, we're trying to fill in the blanks and trying to get you guys as much support to make you as successful as ever. Why? Because
we care about your marketing.
Exactly.
And if there's something else that's missing, say something. Okay? Speak up and say, hey, I need X. I need whatever is missing in my marketing stuff because I simply can't get there.
Mm-hmm.
Between the resources that Steve and I do have and the connections that we have, we're probably pretty close to finding that person already.
Right. So before there on the resource, Hendricks,
Yes, about the list. How much it costs to get the list again?
you can get started 1,000 names for $50.
Oh, okay. At the time for $50. And it could be any category, like let's say I wanted to find people who want supplemental insurance.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Yep.
Okay.
We can look and see, what people are looking for.
65.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we can get a list of everybody who in your marketplace, say a zip code that you want to work, everybody who is over the age of say 63, and do that. So we can provide those lists to you to work and do things. Okay, enough on that stuff. Mary, what else we want to cover this morning?
And that's all I've got on my notes. I just want to make sure everybody's doing okay. We're into July, a lot of summer vacations going on. We thank you all for being here today. This is a great turnout.
Now, the other thing I want to suggest, and I got a note from Johnny the other day. So Johnny went and looked at my calendar and he wanted to book some time with me. And don't mean to put you on a spot, Johnny, but it's okay. And he didn't find a time that was applicable. If that happens, just email me real quick because Mary knows that I leave certain, it looks like it's filled on my calendar, but there's time I have to have where I have to work, where I've got assignments. And so I block out what I call work time on there. But if you need me right away and I've got some time available that day in my work time, I'll send you a Zoom invite and we can talk and do whatever you need to at that point. Okay. But
And if he's booked, try me.
Yeah. And if I'm not busy, go to Mary. Exactly. Because, it's because right now I've got about, I got about 9 or 10 projects I'm working on right now. And so, and a lot of that I do after 6 o'clock in the evening. And as Mary knows, I do a lot of that before 8 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm trying to get out as fast as I can and work on things. So don't hesitate, reach out. And even if our calendars look busy, and if it's something that's really necessary and you need to talk to us, just email us or text us and say, do you have 10 minutes right now? We could talk about this. And if I do, you'll get a note back from me with a Zoom invite and say, let's jump in now.
And this is where y'all came to is Steve's page.
Yep.
Okay. Versus my page. So we can have 2 Zooms going on at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And do that. So,
Well, I want to thank Steve and Mary because I know for me, I keep Steve pretty busy. So I want to thank him so much for his time and his energy, and for Mary. Like, I so appreciate all that y'all do. And I really do. I mean that. We're all very busy. But Steve always makes time, or we text probably a billion times a week back and forth. So I do appreciate your time and what you do, and how much your
Yeah.
servant's heart really.
I would echo that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to thank you.
All I ask is that, everybody be patient because there's only one of me. I get to it. I put you in order in priority, and I try to balance it as much as I can. Or I shuffle the work over to Mary and say, Mary, please help me with this.
Steve, quick question about enhancements, if you don't mind, before you run. How do we do enhancements on existing prospects that we have? Or we have to do them one by one, or is there a way to automate that when it comes in as a lead?
We did talk to Justin, and we poked him enough where he didn't say when, but he said in the near future that he's going to let us do like 10 at a time. He's going to open up where you can bring 10 prospects in at a time, or 10 enhancements at a time, but he's still holding that close to the vest. But that is on the to-do list, Richard. He promised that to us.
Okay.
Now, with Justin, we all know that in the near future is not what we think of in 3 months. Okay, Justin thinks in days or in hours. Okay.
He's kind of like Mr. Spock. Hours become days.
Yeah, that's a
Star
good day
Trek
for him
too.
this week. Johnny, I think you wanted to say something.
Yeah, just back to Steve there a little bit. See, I have a Galaxy Note phone, an Android.
Yep.
And
Too.
not to set up an appointment with you, but it's got to be something different with a Note versus a regular other or another Android phone.
Yeah, because I use Android. I have an Android. I have an S10.
Okay, there's got to be a difference. So what I'm doing is I'm slowly putting together a procedure step by step with the videos that are currently out there. Now, the two newest ones out there, one of the nerds must have done them because there was no words to it. And I mentioned to Cheryl, and I don't know if she's going to improve that or make it better, but me using SalesFlow on my phone still does not work properly. My list or my saved list do not come down like they're supposed to. There's still issues with the Android program.
Did you send support a message on that?
What I'm gonna do is I'm putting all my data together, and I'm gonna take snapshots.
Okay, good. That's what
Screenshots.
yeah.
And then get it all together. It's gonna take me a while, but with the referral button, that is totally different. And I can go through regular SalesFlow on the cell, the regular process that works to a degree. But again, then I got to come back to my desktop and correct everything. So there's something goofy somewhere, and I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, and to help you out, Johnny, if when you do that, please copy Maria and I on that, because when they see our names, they have a tendency to raise it up to the top of the to-do list.
Oh, anytime I message Justin about something, he jumps on it.
Yep. They're good about that. I've had them solve a couple of issues for me in the last couple of weeks that have, really gotten fixed quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that we have the secret sauce. It's just that they have already seen that we've tried to help you on it.
And they know.
Okay? And they know that hey, and yes, Justin's going to respond to you. Justin responds to anybody.
Okay.
Justin@now.site is his email.
Yes,
Okay. Be on his call at 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central. He's open doing sales flow Monday through Friday.
Mhm.
And speaking of the sales flow demos, they are 24/7 now.
right.
Okay, so if you have somebody, and I'm talking to everybody at the moment, if you have somebody at 2 o'clock in the morning that's you've just talked to and they say, I've got insomnia, I want to see it right now. Well, you can. Nowsite.live. So be aware of that and be using it, because if we're not using it, they'll cut it back down again.
And I can
So-
tell you that works because I was talking to one of my downline that's in the Philippines in Manila. And they actually used it, because they're 24 hours different than us.
12
they
hours.
12
Yep.
hours.
Yeah, 12 hours difference. And so it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, our time. And they actually got now.live and they got a demo and the guy signed up underneath them and doing that. So yeah, it's definitely functioning very, very well. Okay. Any other, that was a great comment and question, John. Thank you for sharing that. Much appreciated.
Sure.
Anybody else like to share anything this morning? Any successes?
I do have another question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I had already asked Justin about Russia, and he said, no, stay away from there. But what about the surrounding countries that are not part of Russia?
Yeah, I would go to any of the NATO nations, any of them. Poland, Lithuania, any of them. I'd stay out of the Ukraine right now, but
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And
yes, I
also, what is
understand
it? Belarus is also part of the,
yeah, Belarus is actually getting ready to become part of Russia.
yeah.
that. Okay. I mean, I have a lot of friends over there too, in those different countries.
Yep.
That's why I was asking.
It's,
And we have there is a large team in Germany.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So,
And
it is
France.
and France.
France. Yeah.
Okay. And as a matter of fact, we learned that that's where Justin's going to move at the end of the summer, is over to the Europe area.
Yeah, he's gonna
So-
actually relocate to London for a year.
So to help that part of the world out and grow Nowsite. So among other reasons,
Yeah.
he wants out of Canada.
Yeah, Mary and I have actually been on calls where there's been people from Australia on the calls.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just met a woman from Australia, and she's here in the United States now. But she's a hot lead right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm staying on top of it.
Yep.
Okay.
The other thing is, like I said, Kim, I saw you book some time with me. Excellent. Yep. And, I know Frank's got a couple of sessions with me too. So, go ahead and get on my calendar. And like I said, if you need something right away, or Mary, just text us and let us know. Because if we've got some spare time on our hands, we'll jump on real quick with you. And if we can't solve it there, then we'll find a place on our calendar to schedule you in for more time.
So I have a quick question. I have a prospect that, like, we just had a conversation and I sent him a video and he's like, because I shouldn't say this. I don't actively sell this product because I'm up to my eyeballs, but I just threw it at him and he was like, yeah, I want to sign up. And I was like, oh, okay, great. So what's the easiest thing to do is to send him to the live?
Yeah,
So we
send them to now.live.
Okay.
Nowsite.live. Send them there, get them signed up, but then do a follow-up appointment
Mhm.
with them, and then get Mary and I on with you,
Okay.
and then we'll put him on because he's in your downline.
Yeah.
They'll get our services to help them get set up.
And
That's all.
one thing that I want to ask, and this is not the platform, but you and I talked about this before, bringing on the FMO and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about how to set them up. I know we're going to go across and all that stuff, but maybe next time or one of these times, if you guys can talk about like how to set up your back office, like where
Sure.
they
We'll do
they
it next
go.
week. Catherine,
Yeah.
we'll do it next week. That will be the topic for next week.
Awesome. Sweet. Thank you.
All right, and I've also just put in the chat, AI We Care Nowsite@gmail.com. That is our joint email. So you are more than welcome to send just one email. It gets to both of us. If you'd like to do that, you're welcome to text us. You're welcome to call us. Okay. That's why all those features are on the homepage.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Any other shares? Any other success stories? Well, I've got a success story I'm going to leave us with. So I started a geofencing campaign for one of my clients this week, and I'm going to go ahead and bring up, I haven't looked at it this morning, but yesterday it was doing really, really good. So I'm going to,
You have to close.
yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, here we go.
Hey, Steve, this new guy will want geofencing also. Just
Okay.
throwing that at you.
And he called me last night. He's already sold one job. And this was his first time. This is his first time ever doing geofencing.
It's a shame you don't have anybody's back office stuff.
Yeah, really. But that's how we work with you, and we don't go in and order anything. But this is how you call us and say, I'm in a jam, I can't fix this. Let us sign on as you so that we can fix that, and then you can go back in and do whatever you need to do.
Oh yeah, Steve does that probably once a week for me.
Well, that's why we have them. That's why we ask for them.
I'm like,
So I started this geofencing campaign here for a kitchen and bath remodeling specialist. He needed some business. We geofenced a specific area of homes that we knew that were at least 30 to 40 years old in some subdivisions. And so we launched this on Tuesday. And in the analytics here, you can see that 661 people have already viewed this ad. And 5 have actually clicked through to the website. He's got 5 of those people set appointments, and he's already sold one job.
that's awesome.
The job was $29,000
So he just paid for that for the next 25 years,
for
basically.
a $57.50 ad.
Yep. Awesome. Very cool.
So I wanted to share with you this morning an example of how to. The other thing I learned about geofencing this week, because I've had a couple of them kick back, both Facebook and Instagram have tightened the rules on geofencing. You cannot use a phone number in the context anymore or in the ad. The only
Wow.
thing that we're allowing now is a button on the ad with a hot link to the website. So I had to go in and rebuild this ad to put that button there. It says learn more.
Hmm.
You can put whatever you want around the ad. You can talk about yourself. You just can't say call or text me at this number. You can't even put the website in the context. The website has to be a hot link on the ad. So if you're going to do geofencing now, if you need some help with that, we can help you design the ad so it meets the regulations when you need to go ahead and put it out here. So I just wanted to share that success story with you this morning
Awesome.
on that, to show you that, yep, people actually see these ads and they actually respond to them.
Okay, while you're there, Steve, hold on a second. I'm going to leave you with one more tip. When you launch Sales Flow and you do the message out to them on LinkedIn, email, Messenger, however you do it, and you go down to the bottom of the screen and it normally says book them, Dano. Okay, I would go, no, not right now. Because if you don't, and you do 30 or 40 of these a day, next week you're going to have 30 or 40 of these pop up. But if they have not responded to you yet, you don't need to send them a second email. You don't send them a second notification. Okay, you can if you want to. I'm not saying this is the law, but if you don't want your daily checklist to be a monsoon next week, or 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, or 4 weeks down the road, because You're doing 30 today, you'll do 30 next Friday, you'll do 30 the Friday after that. And those are going to stack up on you on Fridays every time. So when you get through the process of, did I send them a successful message? And then it pulls up the calendar, add a note to it. Okay, that's fine. But don't go book them, Dano, because otherwise you have a long list of things that's going to make you be overwhelmed and overswamped and say, I can't get to all of this.
The other thing too, it's critical to remember about this as well is make sure that you put some kind of attachment on the message, whether it's a link to your website, a link to a brochure, a link to sales flow, to the landing page, whatever, depending on what you're going after. Make sure that's in there, because if they click on it, you're going to know they engaged, because Nowsite's going to generate an email to your account that says that prospect looked at your attachment.
And if it's your cell phone on file, it'll send you a text message as well.
Yep.
So if you have your landline on the system, it won't send it to the landline. It will only send you an email.
Steve,
Okay.
can you tell me real quick the prices for geofencing? I'm texting this guy right now. He's back.
Yeah,
and forth.
it's 10,000 views in a 30-day period is $57.50.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to start.
Then it's like 116, and then it's I forget the other one. You can buy up to 50,000 views in a month.
You can buy more than that, but that's what their block is. And you can also divide those. So if you want 10,000 and you bought the 50,000 package, you could have 10,000 ad pins.
You just have to work with support to do that.
Okay. I'm going to text him right now, because he's texting me right now. So as we're talking. So, all right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mary.
You're welcome.
Okay, we have 2 minutes left. Anything else before we sign off? Again, I want to thank everybody for showing up this morning. And if you're not here and joining with the fun group here this morning, you can always go to AIWeCareTeam.now.site either later this afternoon or tomorrow morning, and there will be a recording of this session. And there'll be some good tips and tricks in here and some good questions and answer session to help you guys understand and utilize the Nowsite platform to help build your business digitally and do that. And so thanks everybody for joining us today. Everybody say goodbye.
Hi, y'all. Thank you.